Okay, I think I can forget telling you everything, telling you about the visa, how safe Uganda is for you. But one thing I can never forget telling you is, regardless everything, never forget bringing your sunscreen. If you're so strict about sunscreen, you cannot do without sunscreens, never forget coming with your sunscreen. Hi traveler, this is Jacenta here. Thanks for choosing travel with me. In this video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know before traveling to Uganda. So if you're new here, welcome. I make all content traveling to Uganda and traveling to Uganda on a budget. So if you're planning that, don't forget to subscribe. And also follow me up on Instagram because I'm always sharing my stories and short content. Just perfect for you. Let's get to it. I wrote everything in my notebook here, so I'll be referring to it most of the time. Don't mind my eyes moving down sometimes. Okay, let's start with the language. One thing I know that the internet tells you, and I know it's not right for a fact, is that the commonest languages used here in Uganda is English, Luganda, and Swahili. Swahili should not be on this list. I don't know how much I should stress this. We have 41 languages used here in Uganda. English is our official language. Of all the 41 local languages, Luganda is the famous or the mostly known language. Even someone who can't speak Luganda, at least they can hear and understand what you're communicating. So if you want to make communication easier for you, learn some bit of Luganda when you're coming to Uganda, and then you know your English, perfect. You're not going to get any problem communicating with Ugandans. So the next thing is the weather. So here we have two types of weather, or I should say climate. I don't know if it's the right thing. But we have the dry season and the wet season, which the wet season you can call it summer, if you may, or the sunny season. And then the wet season is the rainy season. We only have those two, nothing else. So, yeah, is there anything you need to know more about that? That's all we have. So, if before traveling to Uganda, you should not travel to Uganda in the wet season or in the dry season. This time traveling to Uganda, as I told you, wet season and dry season. So I don't know what I may call the best time for you, might not be the best time for you. So let me just tell you this, and you can choose for yourself. In the wet season, if you're so stuck to your budget, like you want to travel to Ghana a very, very, very low budget, then you have to come here in the wet season, because tourism is very low, so people won't be so much around here, and also the prices as regards tourism are always very down. As for the dry season or the summer, as you can say, yeah, tourism is very at its peak and everything's just ridiculously expensive, especially those of December. What should you wear when you're coming to Uganda? You want to be respectful of our culture. You also want to be comfortable. Won't talk much about that because I have a full video about it here. Make sure you check it out when you're done. You need a visa when coming to Uganda. Of course, not everyone needs a visa, but others need a visa. So I'm not going to talk much about this also, because I have a complete guide. When you'll be traveling to Uganda, make sure you DM me on Instagram to give it to you. Basically, this guide talks about everything you'd be researching on the internet as regards to Uganda. The visa, COVID information, what to pack, attractions to see, am I forgetting? Like everything from arrival to departure, where to sleep, our food, our currency, some of the scams you can face in a country and how to overcome them. This guide has everything. Any travel bans in Uganda? Well, we are in the second, as I talk of now, we are in the second wave of COVID, and we are in our second lockdown, which is to take us 42 days, and the 42 days are elapsing this very Saturday. I think by the time I put up this video, the lockdown will be done. So I don't know if the president will extend it or he'll just let us out, and I make for you content and show you more of Uganda. But as of now, we are in lockdown. Any travel bans? India is having a certain health situation happening there, and yeah, flights from India, someone who has been to India and then wants to come to Uganda. Not now, maybe later. I'll make an update, but I have this. Also make sure you check it out, but I also still make more updates, because things keep changing up and down. So whenever things come up, I'm so ready to sit down and make a video for you. So make sure you check this out immediately after this video. COVID updates. this video. Again, as I told you, I'm always ready to sit down whenever things change here in the country. I'm always going to sit down and make those updates for you. Also, in that guide, I'm always updating things. So if you want that guide when you're ready to travel to Uganda, just come over to my Instagram, DM me, tell me, Jacenta, I want the guide. I'll just make the updates that I need to make and give it to you. Is Uganda safe for tourists? Yes. Solo or group or whatever kind of tourism you're interested in, Uganda is safe for you. I have lots of friends who had visited Uganda solo. They just enjoyed it. They felt safe. Of course, a few problems come in here and there, but they never got a problem till departure. People come with their probably family, friends. Yeah, I've also interacted with them and they're so good about Uganda. Is Uganda an expensive or cheap destination? Would my channel even exist if Uganda was just expensive like Dubai? No, it wouldn't exist. So depending where you make your research from, where you get all the information you need to know about Uganda, it will either tell you Uganda is expensive or it's cheap. So if you're making your research here on my channel, Uganda is cheap. You can afford being in Uganda for all the time you may wish to. Ask me how. Just tap the subscribe button, join the family, follow me up on Instagram. Who doesn't want to know about the currency? You want to know everything about the currency so that you know how to handle your finances when you're here in Uganda. And also knowing the currency helps you to save. I won't talk much about the currency because I have a full video about it here. And even if I happen to have missed some information in this video, it's still in the guide I'm talking about everything. I never left out anything in that guide. Kampala, the capital city of Uganda, the heart of Uganda, the city that never sleeps. Though due to COVID, people sleep. So, is Kampala safe for you as a traveler? No, it's not safe for you as a traveler because this is the trickiest part of the country. All the scams, 100% of the scams start from Uganda. They start from Kampala is overwhelming, so it's a very busy place, congested place. But don't worry because I have a solution for that. Personal transport. We don't use trains here. Of course, people use them, but it's not. I cannot say it's a common means of transport like in other countries how trains can be. But we have taxis, borders, buses, bicycles, tuk-tuks. If I remember others, I'll just list them here. But also, I'm not going to talk much about internal transport because I have it in the guide I'm talking about. Never left out anything. Jacenta, should I come to Uganda solo or we come as a group? Whatever you want, just come to Uganda. By the way, solo, yes, my guide will help you so much. The guide I'm talking about, the free guide. For the group, should I tell you right now or I persuade? No, I should. Currently, as I talk of now, I'm planning to host my very first group tour. This may not only apply to traveling to Uganda, but buy insurance regardless where you're traveling. Whether you're traveling within your own country or traveling elsewhere, or traveling to Kenya or to South Africa or to the UK or to Canada, wherever you're choosing to travel to, let's travel with your insurance. It's not worth it. It's not worth risking your life that you're traveling without an insurance. Just stay home and attractions to see. There's lots of tourist attractions here in the country, those that are already known, those that are not known. So in the free walking tour, in the free Kampala walking tour, because it's going to be strictly for Kampala. Other places that they are just safe for you to navigate on your own. So this is just going to be for Kampala. So for those people who get a chance to be with me, you will see all those attractions and many more others that I'm not going to talk much about here. So yeah, just request for that guide when you're ready to come to Uganda. Everything is for remote workers, internet. So Jacenta, I run my business on a laptop. Is the Ugandan internet favoring this when I come to visit Uganda? I've seen many remote workers coming in Uganda here, so I'm guessing. I cannot confirm this, but I'm guessing. it's working them. It's just working out for them well because they are here for longer than even a week. At least I think if you feel you're losing money, you would be out already if the internet is not working. Okay, here in Uganda, you have what you call mobile money. I don't know if you have it in your country, but Kenya, Tanzania, all the East African countries have this. So this is the easiest way, moving money around. We use banks, yes, but this is the easiest way. We use it on a daily basis. Banks, we use it for maybe large sums of money or really very serious transactions, but everything else, mobile money. So if you're going to stay in Uganda for long, I suggest you use you buy as a local SIM and use our mobile money services. You save lots of money and things are going to be a lot easier for you. Less stress. You don't need all the time to go to the ATM. Money is on your phone. Alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks. Alcoholic, very okay. I do not drink, by the way, but I just taste a bit of the wine. But the other local breweries, I think they are strong, especially if you're from the European countries, those other countries outside Africa, even some African countries, by the way. So our local breweries can be a bit strong. So you always know that whenever you go out on a but be careful, especially for my ladies out there. Be careful not to overdoing so people can take advantage of you. Talking about nightlife. Well, due to COVID, we no longer have a nightlife. At least we used to have one. In Africa, Uganda and Nigeria are the leading countries with just the best nightlife. So, and even Nigerians say Uganda. We Ugandans are afraid to say Nigeria. So, you're the number one. If you're that that night person who loves hanging out at night, Uganda should be on your list. And by the way, Kampala and Entebbe are the real deal for the nightlife. So if you're someone who is so serious about sunscreen, of course, people who are from the European countries, those other countries far away, you're so serious about sunscreen. So please, regardless what, do not forget to pack your own sunscreen. Jacenta, don't tell me to pack sunscreen. I'll buy in Uganda. Ugandans, we don't use sunscreens unless when it's just for showing off, but the sun doesn't do anything to us. Sometimes even the sun can be pretty harsh here in Uganda. So the worst thing that you can do to yourself is not having sunscreens. You're not going to say, okay, I'll just buy at a nearby shop. As I said, we do not use sunscreen. So you're not going to find sunscreen in a nearby shop. Unless when you're going to go to those big supermarkets, the big international supermarkets that we have in Uganda. So I think it's very important you have it. You don't call it that it's toothpaste. Everyone uses toothpaste. So even the shop just outside there has toothpaste. The shop just outside there has all-purpose soap. Sunscreen is different. Come with yours. At least if you forget to come with yours, buy from the airport. I'm very certain at the airport, those shops at the airport, they do have those sunscreens. Do not expect to buy sunscreen at a nearby shop because Ugandans, we do not use sunscreen. Don't even know if I will use sun. So that's all for today's video. I don't think I've forgotten anything. If I've forgotten anything, just let me know in the comment section. Probably I'll do a part 2 for it, but I think I've pointed out on everything. Make sure if you watch my other videos that I'm going to put somewhere here, and also make sure you follow me up on Instagram, Simply Travel with Jacenta. Don't forget, soonest I'm launching a free walking tour within Kampala. Soonest I'm hosting my very first group tour to Uganda sometime next year. That is 2022. And yes, lots of good things are coming. Just subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and join the family so that we make travel into Uganda very easy for you. Less stressful, actually not stressful in any way. Yeah. What have survived missed? Nothing. See you next Monday.